Okay, folks, exercise number 28 says solve by completing the square. Express irrational solutions in simple radical form. That means don't use your calculator, just simplify the radical and leave it that way, okay? But remember, folks, whenever it says completing the square, that means I need this stuff to be a perfect square, all right? And right now it doesn't look like it is, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this number, 35, and I'm going to move it to the other side. Okay, so now I've got x squared minus 12x plus something is equal to negative 35 plus something. Okay? Now, after I do that, I need to figure out what should go in this spot that would make this whole thing a perfect square. Okay? Well, I know that the perfect square that I'm going to write is going to be x, and it's going to be half of this number, minus 6 squared. Okay? That's what I'm going to get. That's the perfect square that I'm going to get. But let's figure out what it is before I write it as a perfect square. And to do that, I need to take this number and square it. So negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. Okay? So you can see if I factor this now, all right, let's just erase the perfect square. We know what it is. But if I were to factor this, it would be x and minus 6 and minus 6, because these two things multiply to give me positive 36, and they add to give me negative 12. Okay? And so that's how I've made it a perfect square. It's x minus 6 squared. Okay? But remember, if I add 36 to this side, I have to add 36 to that side. Okay? Now, I've simplified this side already. This turned into that. But let's go ahead and simplify this. It's negative 35 plus 36, and that's 1. Aw, nice. Because now look at this, guys. I'm going to take the square root of both sides. Yeah? And remember, I've got a variable underneath the radical, so that means x minus 6 is equal to plus or minus 1. Right? Because square root of 1 is 1. I'm going to add 6 to both sides, and that's going to give me x is equal to 6 plus 1 and 6 minus 1. Or x is equal to 7 and 5. Okay? And those are my solutions. Now, could I have factored this to get that same answer? Sure, I could have. Okay, minus 7 and minus 5 would factor, that would multiply to give me 35 and add to give me negative 12, but it said to solve this by completing the square. So I need to do this process. All right? Okay, great job, folks. I will see you at the next exercise.